Thank the gentleman. The chair now recognizes the gentleman from Pennsylvania, Mr. Smucker, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Dr. Rawls, two aspects of or two things you mentioned in your testimony I'd like to follow up on. You had mentioned Year Up, and I'd be interested in understanding wonder if you could elaborate a little more on the partnership that you have with Year Up. Do Year Up recruits attend class at your school, or are they recruited from the school? If you just elaborate on that, I'd appreciate it.
Yes. Year Up is a national workforce development organization started in the Northeast. A model has emerged. Our college has been a lead in working with Year Up because of such a complementary relationship. Essentially what Year Up does is it provides a one-year experience for students where they gain professional workplace skills through supplemental instruction. They have meaningful internships. They receive financial support. And what we provide is the technical instruction through our education programs through the community college. Perhaps maybe I could give you an example, though, because I'll tell you of a student example which I think explains why it's such a natural fit with community colleges. One of our students is a great student named Darwin, who last year was served on our community college board as the student representative. Darwin grew up in foster youth homes, 4 foster youth homes. He came to our college in high school through our outreach programs into high school, found out about Year Up and became involved in the Year Up program. So his experience last semester, he was describing it to me recently. He worked 5 days a week in an internship with Freddie Mac. He would take special supplemental classes that help him in terms of making sure he has the critical thinking, the workplace skills that add to the value. He took 2 cyber classes with us at night at our Reston Center, and then he took 2 classes online. And then on Saturdays, he would go to our Woodbridge campus and work in a program that we have called, not work, we have many students that come and meet with our instructors on Saturdays to do competitions and other types of things called Cyber All. And so Darwin's an example of the kind of individual that without the doors that can reach out through programs like our community colleges, like Year Up, it's an example of how you can go from the bottom 20% to the top 20% as long as you've got that ladder and that work opportunity to get there. And Year Up is key to us as a complementary partner in that regard.
Yeah, it sounds like a great program. I'd like to follow up as well on the discussion on apprenticeships, and I'll go to Dr. Cambone and potentially come back to you, Dr. Rawls, if we have time. But very interested in apprenticeship programs as well. One of the models that I've seen is a partnership with a college, a community college or another institution where there is an ability for an apprentice to both work on a job site and get a degree, whether it's an associate degree or even a bachelor's. I guess that's my question to you. Are you doing that? Is there a possibility of apprentices earning a bachelor's degree at the same time that they would earn a certificate, some sort of work certificate as well?
I'm not precisely sure of whether that particular thing can be done, but this is what I do know. I mentioned earlier that A&M has a very close relationship with Blinn College. Blinn College is a very large 2-year institution in the next city. And we have a relationship with them that does take their students through apprenticeship programs, through the accreditation in the 2-year school, matriculate into A&M, and get your degree. So there is a ladder, as was described here, that can allow students to do that. Not all students want to do it, right? So they're happy to take the off-ramps,
right,
and pursue their lives in the way that they would like. But that ladder has been built.
Yep. Dr. Rawls, would you like to respond to that as well?
I think the important thing for apprenticeship is that we have to make sure we structure it into our programs. And so when students go through related training, that means that we have to make sure, for instance, if we're offering certifications through related training, that we also structure so that we can give that credit as it comes through. So I think more and more what we have to collectively have to do as educators is not look for the either ors, but to make sure that those types of experiences, apprenticeship, particularly if it leads to certification and how we can give credit, military in terms of military occupational specialty. I think there aren't, I think we get used to the either ors. Many of the students who come to us as a community college already have 4-year degrees. And so they're looking to get specific skill sets on top of their 4-year degrees that allow them to enter into the workplace. And so One of the things that is incumbent on educators is to make sure that we can structure our programs such that students can gain skills through things like apprenticeship, but make sure that they stack, if you will, or become a part of a program so that they can keep moving forward. And I think that's very important in how we think about our educational curriculum structures.
Very much agree. Thank you.